Today's episode is brought to you by the Twisted Fork. Eat, drink, and enjoy. Hey, I'd like to thank everybody for watching the show. I've been doing it now for over a year. And if you like it, please go ahead and hit the like button and please subscribe. And also share it with your family and friends. That would be great. Love you guys. Thank you. Tommy Adorna.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Jacked Up Podcast.
Appreciate it.
We've been going strong for about a year now.
Sound,
And I even had your wife on.
Yep, way in the beginning,
That's
right?
in the beginning, yeah. So you are Bergen County's finest son.
So far.
Huh? I know Bergen County very well. I'm from
lived
Westchester County.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
lived in Bergen County for about a year
Mhm.
in a town right outside of Ridgewood.
Okay. Yeah, that is Bergen County
Yeah.
right there.
So you went
Great
to
place.
Pascack Valley High School, man.
Yep.
And you grew up in Rivervale.
Yeah. Little town.
Yeah, it's all Bergen County stuff there,
Yep.
man. So does that mean that like when you were a kid, you went down to Manhattan and you
A lot,
you saw
yeah.
all the good shows and stuff?
Definitely. I had family that owned a place, uncles that owned a place in Greenwich Village. They owned McSorley's Pub.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know McSorley's Pub.
Yeah, so-
World famous.
Yeah. So we'd go there and we were 17, 18 years old. And then we'd go see in these little jazz clubs, see Stanley Clark and people that was crazy. Like you never expected to see,
Right.
you know? And it was fun. You know, the city was different, you know, it was more easy going. It wasn't, you know, back when, what's his name? The Giuliani and all the
Giuliani cleaned it up, man.
cleaned it up.
Because
Yeah.
my office back then was around 42nd Street.
Yeah.
So we were amazed walking around 42nd how clean it was.
Yeah. It was
Like
great.
Disney like had a
Yeah.
store there.
First it was all the porn stores and then it
Oh,
turned
back
into
in the
Disney.
80s, dude,
Yeah,
it was trash.
We used to go there to get, you know, switchblades and stupid stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
No, I know. I did all that stuff too.
On the Port Authority, you know.
But the great thing is that it's a short train ride or bus ride for you guys
Right.
into the city. Same with us. We had Metro North, man. So it would get us
Yeah.
into Grand Central,
Mhm.
and then you would either walk it or you would get a subway and shuttle over to Penn
Right,
Station.
right. Yeah, that's what we used to do. It was crazy. We did it for a long time when we were kids, even through high school.
But the music, I mean, it goes back to like some of the best music. You know, like Mick Taylor. I saw him play live at a venue in Manhattan.
Mhm.
He had a solo band back then, and he had left the Stones. You know,
Mhm.
and to this day, I still can't believe that I was this close to him.
Right,
And he
right.
plays one of my favorite guitar players of all time.
Well, it's the biggest city in the world,
You know, I saw John Mayer there.
Mhm.
I can go on and on and on.
Yeah,
You know, and back then it was different because like it was like so and so was going to show up, and then you went and you got in.
right.
It wasn't like, oh, I got to get tickets, or like, you know, everything was like everything just happened.
Yeah, you'd find out. And there was no cell phones, you know, so you just went. You'd get little flyers or stuff like that.
So you're a rock star, man. You really are.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
No,
it.
you're a kick-ass drummer,
I appreciate it.
and your current band is the Gashouse Gorillas.
Yes.
And so I want to talk about drumming. I
Mhm.
want to talk about what got you into drumming. I
Mhm.
want to talk about your classic rock experiences as a kid.
Sure.
What were your early influences?
Mhm.
But the first thing I want to talk about is your new drum kit.
Yeah.
This from Spain, correct?
It's
And how do you pronounce it?
Varus.
Varus drums.
Mhm.
Tell us about Varus.
I was hearing a lot of stuff about Varus. The guy's an Italian drum builder that lives in Spain. And then,
Dude, he's like Christopher Columbus.
yeah, that's it. I'm in. My family was Italian. I'm in. But the guy Ella Stefano, like that guy, he plays used to play that set, and I just was looking into it, and then it was.
Because aren't you a DW guy for
I'm a
for
DW
years, right?
guy, yeah.
So what made the switch, man? Like what made you?
I don't
pull the
know. I
trigger?
just wanted to try something new. I've been playing DW for 15 years, 16 years now. Before then, I was a Pearl guy forever, and then I went to DW, and now this Vars set I like. I want to try something new, and they're like cannons. You know, it plays
It
very.
looks beautiful, dude.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's something new. You know, you got to look something to look forward to.
But it's got the double kick now, right?
Double kick, yeah.
Yeah.
For bigger shows like, you know, the Fork and Sandbar, I can play it. And even Stoudemire's probably, you know, but
Well, you guys really do all. You guys are always outdoors. I mean, I think TJ Kearney's like
it's the
indoor
smallest
place.
one, yeah. I'd have to play my DW there because the other set's too big.
But speaking of that, you play the Paragon festivals. You're
Mhm.
doing the downtown Sarasota stuff.
Mhm.
You play all the big stuff. Then you're doing New Year's Eve is big.
Yeah, not thanks to
right?
me, thanks to my wife. I mean, she gets all these things.
Yeah, no, she's the
you know.
booker.
She is.
She's the marketing
She's a
queen.
marketing machine.
No
yeah.
doubt, no doubt.
Mhm.
But I'm saying, you know, you could play those kind of drums in those kind of
Yeah, for
places
sure.
where you're outdoors and
Yep.
there's hundreds, in some cases, thousands of people. Out
Yeah,
there,
like
right?
the pineapple drop's insane. You know, there's thousands of people. I couldn't even tell you. They're saying 30,000 plus.
You know what? I never went to the Pineapple Drop. I've always
Me
left.
neither.
I've always left before it starts.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm one of those guys on New Year's Eve
Yeah.
that if I'm not working, I'll go out, but then I'll go home early,
Yeah.
have my massive Italian dinner,
Right.
and then I watch. I used to watch Dick Clark. Now it's the other kid, Ryan
It's the
Seacrest.
guy from American Idol, yeah.
And I honor my mother because my mother and I, growing up, used to stay home and watch Dick Clark because she
Mhm.
went to high school with him.
No shit.
Yeah, his name was something else back then.
Wow.
So I think of my mom every New Year's Eve,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's kind of like it's nice. It's quiet time. I'm alone. I can reflect.
Right.
You know.
Not think about all the busyness that you're
Yeah,
yeah.
because in the old days I was a bouncer, and
Yeah.
New Year's Eve was, you made good money, but
Mhm.
you got all the wackos coming out that
Right.
night, all the amateurs, right?
Yeah, oh, it's definitely not.
You get home at 6 in the morning.
Well, for us to play till we stop at 12:30 or whatever when we do it. For us, that's late. We end at the Fork at 10 o'clock.
Right.
So playing till 12:30 is late.
Well, tell you, we do Gator Club, and they got us there till 2 in the morning.
I don't know how you do it.
So then, so Larry and I have to roll out the gear. So you figure by 2:45 we're out the door.
Mhm.
Then you got to stop at the Wawa, right? Because you're
Right,
starving.
right.
It's the only thing open. You
It's-
know.
By the time you get home, it's 5
Then
a.m.
I got to walk my dog,
Yeah,
and he doesn't understand what's going on. He's like, "Wait a minute, why are you?" So now he wants to play,
right.
and I'm like, "Shit!" So it's about 6 a.m. by the time I
Yeah.
actually fall
It
asleep,
ruins your whole Sunday.
and then my whole Sunday's ruined, or even a Saturday if I
Yeah.
play Friday nights.
That's funny.
So we only play there like once in a blue moon now.
Every few months or something.
It's still a fun place to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You've ever played there?
no, we never got in there. We were always a 5-piece. We could never fit, because we always had people, big amps, half
Well,
stacks.
you've always had a big kit. You're a big kit guy.
Yeah, I like a rack
Yeah,
but
you
it
like-
wasn't really me as much. We had 2 guitar players and they played half stacks and back then, so when we had Chris in the band from Dirty Little Secret, he was in the band for years and he had a big amp, so there was no room, and Renee's like, I'm not getting up there and standing like this.
It's a tight stage.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
So we never did it.
So the thing that we do, sometimes we scale down.
Hmm.
Sometimes we'll pull our amps off the stage and just go through the front.
Right.
Just come in, our monitors. Like, I had a problem at Twisted Fork one time. My amp blew up, so I had to buy a new amp the next day. So I went through the board direct, and he put me into the monitor.
Oh,
And because it's what's Nate?
Nate.
He's so freaking good that I never sounded better that show.
Right,
And
right.
here I was panicking, freaking out, like it's gonna suck
And then you're like, can we do
because
this
I didn't have
every week?
my safety blanket was gone.
Right, right. I get it. That kid's talented. He's playing with us on New Year's. He's gonna, fill in with us. Every time we play there, he sits with us. He does keyboard.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna be at the Twisted Fork. We're opening up for an AC/DC band.
Nice.
That was supposed to happen in September, and they got sick, so they had to postpone it until
Postpone it.
November 20th.
Yeah,
So Marcus said, "Hey, since you were supposed to open up for them in September, do you want to open up for them in?"
yeah,
November.
right.
So apparently it's sold out, and AC/DC bands, Bon Jovi's, those types of tribute acts do really, really well at the Fork, dude.
Right.
I mean, like crazy.
Real classic rock. Yeah.
Like people love the Bon Jovi, man.
I
And there's
like
like 4 different Bon Jovi bands have come through there.
Yeah. I like the Doors band that plays there. There's a Doors tribute. The guys just like them. And the keyboard player's got the old keyboard and it's amazing. They sound just like the Doors.
That's
It's-
amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, some of these tribute bands, and sometimes me and Larry are like, you know what, we should get a little tribute band on the
It's
side
yeah, I don't
because
like it.
it's fun and you can make a lot of money, and you just do it once in a while.
Yeah.
You don't do it all the
But
time.
it's the same all night, like you're playing the same stuff and then week after week. I like to add stuff, different
Well,
like you guys.
well, our bands are very similar in
Right,
that there's
very
a
much
lot
so.
of variety.
Yeah.
And I think Renee is a fantastic singer.
Well, thank you.
Renee's voice is booming. She just projects.
Yeah. Even
You
her
know?
speaking voices.
Oh no, she's a pro. There's no doubt.
yeah.
In fact, sometimes I tell my singer, I'm like, you got to be more like Renee.
But wear all those outfits.
Well, no, you know what? That's her thing.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing about Renee. What I like about Renee, I like a lot of things about Renee, but I like that she takes it seriously. Like she wants to put on a proper show.
Right. Right.
So she's into the outfits. She likes to stand on her little stand.
yeah.
And like when you like, 4th of July, you guys all get patriotic and shit.
Mhm.
I mean, she's good. Like
Joey also. Yeah.
she is a ringleader.
Yeah. She's the leader.
Right.
And I mean, she's the one who controls the band. She books the band. She deals with everybody.
So does that make your life a lot easier?
Yeah. Yeah. Because we own a restaurant, so that's my thing, and she doesn't have to deal with that. I deal with that.
Well, we're going to come to that. We're going to get
Okay.
into the restaurant.
Sure.
But so Gashouse has been around for how long?
25 years.
And tell the audience your current lineup.
So the current lineup is Frank Curcio on guitar, which is the best guitar player we've ever had. Joey Fingers, and then of course me, and then my wife Renee on the singing. It's the 4 of us.
And occasionally you'll have a friend jump up and play some keys, right?
yeah,
Occasionally.
Nate. Yeah,
Right.
Nate will play with us, and from the Twisted Fork. But that's about it.
And if you were like, how would you describe your band as far as the style and the selection of songs?
Guitar driven, definitely guitar driven and vocal driven. I mean, me and Joey just hold the back down. Frank is an insane guitar player. I mean, he can play anything, and he can do the whole thing. And of course, you said Renee's a great singer, so it's a variety. We play songs from the '60s and make it more modern and kind of more rock.
Yeah,
And
I noticed that.
yeah,
I think I introduced you guys one time at a show, Big Top Live, and your
yeah,
first set you had some like Jefferson Star Airplane,
airplane. Yeah, yeah,
and you had some like that was White Rabbit, and you had
right.
some
The
like
cult and
yeah,
yeah,
there was some psychedelic stuff in there, man.
yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, we like it. I mean, you run out of things, you know. You can't keep doing the same thing because everybody's doing the same stuff, and you got to try to mix it up.
That's true. Like Jacked Up, we're now doing songs that we purposely picked that no one's doing
Yeah,
because we figured, you know what, let's have our thing.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
definitely. And if someone picks up the songs you're doing, you know
Like there's
that's
certain Alanis Morissette songs that no one's doing.
right.
Pat Benatar, Heart, things of that nature. So
Well, your singer, she's good. She can kill it.
she's very, very
Hmm.
good. Sarah's great. You know, my band got a whole lot better when she came on board.
Yeah,
And then I think Jared Johnson's one of the best drummers around.
sure, sure.
Have you seen him? Have you
I've
met
seen him, but I haven't seen him in person. You know, I
Yeah,
see a
he's
lot of.
great. And how would I describe him? You know, he has very tasteful fills.
Hmm.
He'll take risks,
Yeah,
but they're calculated risks.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like he never embarrasses himself.
That's good.
He always is tasteful, and when he goes for it, and he makes it work. So sometimes now we're letting him do drum solos now.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah,
You don't want to, like it's in my situation. I just don't want to overplay. I have guitar players. He plays crazy good leads, and she sings. I don't like to overplay. You know, I've done that when I was in my 20s and when we were playing in Manhattan and stuff.
well, my bass style is such that I exist to serve the song, man.
Yeah.
I'm not ever going to be slapping and pulling and
Right.
funking out. I'm just a very basic in
Right.
the
But
pocket.
it fits the music you're
It fits the
playing.
music,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I serve the song well.
Right. Right. For sure.
And my drummer and I get along fantastic.
And
And
that's key.
but you know what's funny? You've been playing with a lot of people over your career.
Sure.
And I'm sure Joey Fingers would probably attest to this, but like there's a certain bond that a lot of people don't understand that goes on between a bass player and a
Sure.
drummer.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the guitar players are always up front and they're the star, right? And the
Mhm.
singer. And everybody fans may come and judge a band just based on those two.
Yeah.
No one's really like, oh my God, that drummer was so fucking good. Let's
Right.
go see him
But
on
if they
stage."
suck, you would know.
Right.
You know,
But I think that like my playing has gotten so much better
because of your drummer.
because of my drummer. Like
Yeah.
I've played with fill-in drummers
Hmm.
and I'm the one telling them what to do and
Right.
I'm leading the charge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's on my time now
Sure.
because they don't necessarily know.
Yeah.
But with Jared, he's totally in charge and you know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
He's
Yeah.
the alpha.
That's how I feel. I feel good with Joey. I've been with him 3-4 years. He's a friend. I consider Joey my friend. His wife's a great lady. They're good people, you know. I've played with some bass players over the years, you know, and this kid Quinn Griffin. He was a kid, but he was insane. He played his.
I know that kid.
Yeah, he was crazy good.
Who's he with now?
I have no idea. He was with us for a good.
Is he with Rye Road or something?
Maybe he's young.
Yeah.
He's a young kid, and him and Mike
He's
Cochran.
he's a
played with
freak.
us. Yeah, he was nuts, and he was fun to play with. Then I played with Andy Garcia. Everybody knows him,
Sure.
and it was fun for 3 or 4 years.
And he moved to Arizona.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, good guy.
Who did Hollow Point end up getting for him?
I don't know, some new guy that I've never even heard. Frank probably knows who he is. I don't know. I don't know much of the players.
Because Red uses the same bass player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Red,
Oh, I see. Yeah,
yeah,
but
Red uses the same guitarist and bass player as Hollow Point.
yeah.
But
That's funny.
They switch drummers out.
Yeah, except for John Paulus. Yeah,
Yeah.
he leaves. He doesn't play with the Red. So they got the guy from the young kid who played with, I can't even remember who he played with. But there's so many guys out there.
Well, speaking of that, there's so many really good musicians here. There's so many really good bands here.
There's new people too.
right?
Yeah.
The Twisted Fork is a wonderful venue for several reasons. Number
Mhm.
one, we love playing there because it sounds great.
Right.
We probably have our best shows there,
Right.
and we've had some recordings that we're like blows us away. We're like, holy shit,
Right.
because of the equipment they have, the technology, the mixer, and
Yeah.
and even the B team is still great.
Yeah.
You know,
They have great equipment.
Yeah.
It's
but like my bass always sounds great, and I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit. And they know how to mic drums,
Uh-huh.
and they know how to keep the vocals up high.
and they don't
you
cut
know?
corners. They
right?
don't cut corners. They just do it right.
And we play more nights now, so now we're starting to get the lights, which are cool.
Yeah. It's fun.
Especially now it's going to get dark again. So
Yeah.
like at 6 o'clock, it'll start getting dark.
Mhm.
But the food is delicious there.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Um,
right in my back. I live less
yeah.
than 8 miles from
You're a
there.
Northport guy.
Yeah, Northport.
Yeah.
So Renee and I play in our backyard mostly. The farthest place.
You guys are there every month, and
Once a
you
month.
always have a good crowd there.
Marcus likes us and Bert likes us. We try to do our
But
best.
Renee, I think, is awesome because she keeps the crowd coming back and for
Hmm.
more and more and
And she
more.
sells so much merchandise.
You
It's
know,
absurd. I can't believe it.
and I think because like, well, she'll come off stage and she's accessible,
Hmm.
and I think that people like that. Like I noticed when Jacked Up, when we come off stage, people like to come up to us
Yeah,
and
they want
say,
to talk
"Oh,
to
you
you.
were great,"
You're right.
or "Could I buy you a drink?"
Hmm.
In some cases, I've actually had women kiss me, believe it or not. Yeah,
Hey, look,
no, I mean they may not be the most attractive women, but
Yeah,
nonetheless,
right. Hey,
I thought it was a woman. I don't know,
yeah.
but the point is that and I'm not gonna lie to you, I love that shit.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? I
You're
love
not
it.
doing it for no
Right, I love
attention,
it.
you know?
But the point I'm trying to make and what makes Renee special is that I think people get to know her as a person and
Right.
like they feel like, oh, let's go see Renee tonight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I agree. And they come to the restaurant to see her. It's nuts because she owns that little gift shop. They come in there and they talk to her and, they love her. They should. I mean, she treats everybody with respect. She doesn't have this higher than mighty attitude, She's just having fun.
Now, do you sing as well?
Yeah.
And but you don't. Are you singing like any lead songs
Yeah, I do
with Gashouse
like 3 or 4.
just to kind of give Renee a break?
Yeah, because when she gets sick sometimes, then Frank and I have to cover it. And Chris, when he was in the band, when we were 5 piece, he would cover a lot of it. But now, I mean, she gets allergies and sometimes and we're stuck. And then what do we do? Because Joey Fingers, he doesn't want to cancel the show.
Well, here's the thing. You guys have I've never seen a sub play with you guys. Like for an example, Jacked Up,
Hmm.
we could sub out our singer.
Yeah, I've
We
seen that. You've got 5 people.
we could sub out our drummer.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, maybe it doesn't make us as tight of a band as you guys are, but nonetheless, the show goes on.
Yeah,
You know
which
what I'm
is
saying?
great.
But it's amazing how you guys don't really cancel. You like no matter how sick you are, how shitty you feel, you're still out there
Yeah.
rocking and rolling,
Frank's the
man.
same way. He gets sick and he doesn't say a word, and then the show ends and he's miserable. And we go, "What the hell happened?" "Ah, I was sick as hell." I'm like, "Bro, you got to say something." "No, no, no." He's a pro. He's been doing it.
Now, I know Mike Zimmerman has played drums with you guys
Yep.
just to jump up there.
That's when I get up and sing. I'll go to the front. He'll
Right.
play drums, or we'll let him sit in. And he's a good dude. I've known him a lot of years.
Oh, he's a great guy. In fact,
Yeah.
Mike played with us for a while
As a
and
fill-in.
as a fill-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember going to see Whiskey Blind,
Yeah.
the old days, right?
Yep.
They were like
With
the top
Brad
band.
and all those guys. Yeah.
They were like a top band.
Yeah.
And you know what's great too? Do you know Mark Borgi?
No.
Okay, so there's a band that it just broke up. Well, I think they're going to get back together already, so it's
Mhm.
not really broken up. But the Lost Boys.
Yeah. I know the Lost Boys. I just don't
Okay,
know his name.
the Lost Boys are one of the best. How would I describe their music? When I say arena rock,
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah.
that might be fair to call it arena rock. I know Maiden Kane's arena rock,
For sure. For sure.
but I just love those guys, man. The Lost Boys that they bring the attitude, they bring the energy, man.
Yeah.
Their lead singer Dane. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I know that guy.
that guy should be living in Los Angeles, man, making records.
He's probably happy being here,
You know what I'm saying?
Southwest Florida.
He's got a voice that is like
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
I mean, he can really get up there, man, and hold it and
Right.
sustain.
It's a tough thing to do. It's hard.
That's why a lot of bands have female singers because it's hard for men to sing a variety of songs like women can.
Mhm.
Like you guys, we do rock, we do classic rock, we do country, we do pop.
Whatever it
we
takes,
do a
right?
disco, a
Yeah.
70s thing, right?
Mhm.
And she can do all that.
She sang the whole night.
Yeah. Well, I spell her. My range isn't that good, but I can do a couple songs. I
Well,
do
that's
Rebel
good. I
Yell,
mean,
and I
it's
do like
yeah.
so I'll
Oh,
spell
that's right.
her.
I heard you do that. That's
I'll
great. Yeah.
spell her on like we try to strategically put them in the set list. So
Yeah.
she'll do 5, and then I'm like, okay, I do my one.
Mhm.
And then I tell her, I said, okay, if I'm singing, you can leave the stage or you can go take a break. You don't have to keep singing.
Yeah.
But because she's such a performer, she's still up there singing. I'm like, dude, you don't have to sing. You're great. And you can
Mhm.
sing harmony with me. Great. But go get a water. That's your time to kind of
Right.
chill, right?
Right. And then she's not. She's still saying, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of new people out. I mean, there's that Junction 41 with Carrie O'Brien. She's a great
Yes.
singer. Her and her husband, I guess, do this band, and they're new to the area. I like all the new people. They're trying. They're getting in there.
It's hard for you to see other bands, and I'll tell you why. Friday night, you're committed to your little duo.
right on
Okay.
Friday. Yeah, at the
And
restaurant.
again, we're going to bring that up soon.
Mhm.
So I want people to come to your restaurant.
Mhm.
Saturday, you're always playing Gashouse.
Right.
And then occasional Sundays. If
Right
it's
at
like
the festival.
festivals, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard for you to go out on a Saturday and see another band.
Unless we have the occasional night off, or which we have a few coming up, so we'll figure it out.
And sometimes what we'll do when we go to these festivals, man, we'll get there either extra early
Mhm.
so we can see the opening act, or we'll purposely stay late so we can catch the bands
Yeah.
after us.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's hard because they get mad at you. The parking is always a big issue, you know. Oh, don't park here.
Oh yeah.
So it's like we try to. It's easier to stay after than to get there early because there's another band trying to get off the stage or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good point. In certain venues, you got to move your truck,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, is that I too love playing live, and I do love some of the newer bands. I like the
Mhm.
older bands. I just did something recently. I put together a fundraiser for cancer, and
That's oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike
well,
told me about it. Yeah.
Renee was supposed to sing, but you guys were out of town.
Yeah, it was a weekday, like a Tuesday or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
What it was I got all these women together, and we called it the Women Who Rock the Suncoast, and we
Hmm.
took a group
Kind of like
photo.
the picture.
Took like the picture
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
There were 30 some odd women. Renee was obviously in
Yeah.
there. Because Renee's a pillar. Kristen Lee, Twinkle. Like I,
And even Lisa Largan was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had all the pillar types. So I had some of the newer women,
Hmm.
and even Brie Rivera showed up,
Right.
and
Right.
she's never available because we did the photo on a Monday. So I was thinking about putting together a show, but I'm like, there's no way I can do it.
Hmm.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Teresa Farris calls me, and she's like, you know what? In her little country voice, you should put on a or you should put on a show. So I'm like, that's my sign.
Yeah.
So I got 88 Live involved. I got a couple girls to help me, put it together. I got Mike Zimmerman, and we put a team together, and we did a night where it was 100%. Everything went to the cancer research.
That's
It's a
perfect.
501(c)(3) that
Right.
we partnered with, and every girl got to get up. I mean, Renee was the one should have been there, but she couldn't be there. A couple other girls
Yeah,
weren't there,
we went out of town.
but they all came up and they all supported each other.
Right. That's
So
key.
one girl sang and the crowd goes crazy. Another girl comes up, the crowd goes crazy, and they're having so much fun. At the end of
Right.
the night, they all did a group song at 10 o'clock, and you should see them there. I have it on video. They're all like little kids. They're smiling, they're laughing, they got arms around each other. You can see how happy they were.
Right. You had like Tracy Zito
Yeah,
and
man.
Ramona and
Yeah,
good people. Good people.
yeah, man. So we raised almost $9,000 in
Holy
that one
smokes.
night. So we're gonna do it again next year.
Hmm.
I may do something with the same group of women in April,
Hmm.
but I'm trying to find issues that are important, like this breast cancer thing. You know what they do? There's a bus that's outfitted with this hospital grade mammogram technologies,
Right.
and this bus comes into the poorest of the poorest neighborhoods
And does all the
and gives
tests.
free mammograms to women who can't
That's
afford it,
key
have no insurance.
because they don't
They,
know.
they may have
Yeah.
disabilities where they don't,
Yeah.
where they can't have no car or transportation.
Right.
So the bus will come and give them the care and the training and the assistance that they need.
That's great. That's what Renee does every year. She'll do a 2 months where all our tip money from Take Two, we'll give it to someone who has cancer and we'll raise money from the shirts and everything. This year she did it for Siren Vox.
Yes,
And so far it's been really good. And
Siren's a sweetheart,
yeah, great lady.
and she's been on the show via video. We did a Zoom with
Nice.
her. She did. You were at her concert. Did you go to her concert, at Twisted Fork? It was
I wasn't,
it was
no.
it was us, Rock Candy,
I think that was on a Saturday then, wasn't it?
yeah, Hollow Point,
Yeah.
and it was crazy, man. How cool it was.
Yeah. She's a great lady. And I'm happy that Renee can help her, and get the money together. It's been real something.
So let's switch gears. Let's talk
Sure.
about your restaurant.
Sure.
So what got you into the restaurant business?
Well, I started doing it when I was a kid. I was like 15 years old in Jersey. I was flinging pizzas and doing that kind of crap. And then as I got older, I knew that business.
Now you went to Stockton,
Stockton. Yep.
so you majored in business.
I went Stockton, then I went to Rutgers. But first I went to Stockton and I was there for 4 years. And it was outside Atlantic City, and that's where I was. And I didn't play a lot of music then. It was different. I was into sports and we were mostly doing sports. But Stockton was a cool place in Jersey, Now it's a big university. It's crazy. But that was my thing.
But you got some business behind you there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So then you
for
went.
sure.
So then
I'm
you,
sorry, I know that's the point
no,
you were
but I'm
making.
saying the
Yeah,
restaurant ownership. See,
I
working in a
owned
restaurant and owning a restaurant are two different things,
right.
man.
I owned a restaurant in Monroe, New York, which was over the Jersey border, like Greenwood Lake, and I was 25, and I was working in Manhattan and doing that at the same time.
What
And
kind of restaurant was it?
it was a American, everything, pasta, chicken, everything. It's a little seafood, but it wasn't like a something, not just seafood. And I was doing that, and I didn't have the experience. I didn't have the running of a business experience. And I did it for a little while, and then I got out, and I got my partners bought me out, and I got out of that. And then I moved to Florida. I said I'll never do that again.
What made you move to Florida?
The weather and
Were you single at the time?
no, I was married. Then I got separated, and I was in Florida. And then I met Renee, and we were friends for a while. She was in another band. That's what she was doing.
So when you came to Florida, did you have a band at that point?
No, I didn't have a band. So when I met Renee, she was playing with another band and we became friends. And then we just decided she didn't want to play in the smoky bars because she was having problems. So her parents were telling me, why don't you guys get a band together? So we did. And we started doing duos and stuff like that. And then it just turned into, the 5-piece band. And she was playing with a guy, like I mentioned, Chris, and he joined us. And then we had a chef at our restaurant. He was a chef and he says, I play. And he ended up being insane. He was a guitar player and a singer and he played with us for a few years.
And she explained the name Gashouse, how it came about.
Yeah, that was something that I was playing in a intramural football league and up in Jersey, and that was the name of the team, and it was after Bugs Bunny, the
Sure.
baseball bugs. So I brought it up as a joke,
It's
and
a great name, dude.
then they jumped it.
Great name.
Because names are tough.
Yeah.
You don't want to sound something so stupid, but it stuck, and we kept it, and that was in 2000. So now we're on
So that band, Gashouse Gorillas, has been around for 25 years.
25 years.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like that long.
And you and Renee are just been there from day one.
Yeah.
And then who's been there longer, Frankie or Joey?
Frank's been with us 11 years. Joey's been with us almost 4 years.
Okay.
And Frank's been with us the longest, definitely. And out of everyone over the years, we had a guy named Jerry Weaver. He was from Venice. He played with us from the beginning. He was with us a good 12 years, but I think Frank's going to beat that record. Because at our age now, it's different. When you're younger and you're drinking like crazy and, you're playing till, like you said, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, it's just a different situation. You don't.
When you're in a band with your wife, do you have to kind of act differently or behave differently? Like,
Yeah.
for example, maybe a girl might want to come up and give you a hug or a kiss, and
She
then you're like, no, I'm married,
No,
man.
she gets she gets more attention than I get. You can see why. She gets more attention than I do. We understand it's part of the show. And most people we know they're friends, and we have a lot of friends in the industry, and it shouldn't be a problem. But we bang heads sometimes. It's hard. We live together. We run the restaurant. We do the band. It's a lot of stuff. But
Does she mostly win the arguments, man? Like, are you at a point where you just concede? You're like, yeah, whatever, honey.
Well, I say yes, and she'll say that's not how it goes. But I mean, it's at this point we've had a great life. I can't complain. I wouldn't have done it.
Oh my
I'm
God.
a lucky guy.
Think about it. You're in a great band.
Thank you.
You're in demand. You
Mhm.
get good pay. You have a lot of fans. The music's excellent. You have a successful restaurant. Let's talk
Mhm.
about Pelican Alley.
Yeah, I started there in 96, 97,
And
and
what kind of food is it for people that haven't
seafood,
been there?
straight seafood,
And it's on the water.
right on Nokomis Beach, right on the intercoastal.
Right.
And when I started there, the area was real slow. It was different. The area was
Was
not.
Pops there back then?
Yeah, but at the time, my partners that I started with the Pelican Alley, they also owned Pops. So they owned both. And they said to me, well, we want to retire. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to Pops? Do you want to go to Pelican Alley? Well, Pops didn't have air conditioning. And, I was from New York. I was like, this is too hot. Let's do Pelican Alley. And it's the perfect size. Pops has grown tremendously. It was not that size for a long
Yeah.
time.
Pops does live music from 9 a.m. to noon. Like,
Yeah.
are there people there at that hour?
There's some people there.
Like, is
They
it
go there
just,
for
like, waiting
lunch.
for breakfast
Yeah,
or something?
they got a big tiki and, that.
Or there's morning drinkers, I guess. Right.
Well, like Devin Starr, he plays there a lot. He's a single act and he also does ADHD. He's the drummer in that band and he plays a lot of shows over there. But it's different than Pelican Alley. Pelican Alley is more of a sit down, no paper, it's plates.
more of a proper restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's casual. We can pull up by boat and stuff like that. But I've been there almost, 28, 29 years.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah. And it's like, I look back, holy crap.
So the menu is all your idea, the menu more or less?
Me and, some of the cooks over the years.
So what are some of the dishes like that you guys are known for there?
We're known for our chowder, seafood chowder. It's been there since day
So
one.
seafood chowder as opposed to clam chowder, right?
Yep,
It's a
seafood.
different.
Yep,
How
whole
would it-
different thing.
So is it more of like a zuppa de pêche? Like, was it more of like a
It's more like a stew, yeah,
Okay.
and it's creamy, and it's like that's our big thing, and then we have stuffed grouper, which is like crab meat and stuff like that. Stuff I loved in Jersey, clams and mussels, all that kind of stuff. But it's now it kind of we're used to it. Her and I have been doing it for a long
How
time.
many can you seat there?
Seat about 100.
So during season, it must be crazy to get in there.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
must be a line to get in.
well, we have that, and then in the front there's a courtyard where we play, her and I, and then we have bands there on Wednesdays, like single acts and duos, and then we fill it up then. So there's like 120, 130 people there, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, we do 3 times the business in
So how
March.
many dinners would you do like on a Saturday night?
300.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say. It's just, but like when we're in that courtyard, they come, they sit, they don't leave. They
Right.
wait because she's putting on a show, and
And you know what? There's a lot of people here that are like locals that are like religious. They go to the same place and they eat at the same
yeah,
time,
they
same
feel like
table.
family. That's what
You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah, they want
And
to
then you
be
got the snowbirds, which they're unpredictable.
right, right.
But you probably have people like I bet you there are people that are probably like salivating to come down here so they can see your band and eat in your restaurant.
It happens. You're
Because
right.
we have Jacked Up has fans where they're like, we'll see you in November, and then
Yeah,
November comes and they're
yeah.
there, and they're like,
Right,
oh, and
right,
then they leave, in March, and like, we'll see you next year.
right. And they just leave. They go back up. But last year was tough with the hurricanes. It really put a damper on things. We were down for 2 months
Yeah,
because we had to rebuild the whole place. We're
because
right on the
you're
water.
right on the water. I
Yeah,
mean, literally on the water.
5 feet of water in the restaurant. It was
Yeah,
crazy. And we kept going. That's just the way we are. I mean, we're not going to quit.
right.
But here we are again.
Do you think that the future looks bright? I mean, I was just talking to somebody recently, and they're saying they think we're gonna have a great season,
I think so
like a
because
killer season.
it seems it. I mean, we're going upward right now. So, when I talk to my vendors and stuff, they're like, "Wow, you're killing it. You're busy." And I'm like, "Well, last year they couldn't come in October. They're chomping at the bit to get here.
Your location is fantastic
Yeah, I love it.
because a lot of people that live in that area don't have a whole lot of choices,
Right.
and your place is good. It's a good place
Well,
anyway.
thanks. Yeah, it's a curse and a blessing, because it's great. It's a blessing. It's on the water, but when you have a storm come through,
Would you say that owning a restaurant is a very hard thing to do? Like, is it not for everybody? You
it's
have,
not for everybody.
you have to have a certain mindset, right?
Yeah, but I've been there so long. That's what I'm used to. If I started at 10 when I was in my 20s, it was hard. When I was in my 30s, it was really hard. Now it's part of a
So
routine.
you know how to order things. You know how to
Yeah.
talk to your
Hmm.
vendors.
Yep.
You know how to like make
Yeah.
accounting work and all that stuff.
Yeah. I know everyone I deal with, and if new people come along, they become part of my friends, and
And what are your staff? How many do you employ?
about 30, 25, 30.
And you have like a lot of loyal
I have some people that
employees.
have been with me 15 years.
Yeah, isn't that great?
I have my sister works for me, and she's been with my GM for almost 20 years. And when we go out and play, she runs the show.
Any plans to expand?
No, not at this point.
You're just happy with what you got
Yeah,
there?
I mean, I'm in my 50s. I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
It's funny. I go back to the Northeast less and less and less as I get older.
Yeah,
I do
it's
enjoy
different,
it.
right?
I go back in October, November every year, and I do enjoy it. I
Hmm.
really do because I have a lot of really good friends. So I went to a all boys Catholic high school,
Yeah,
and we're
in
all
Bergen County or in
in New
Westchester?
Rochelle.
Oh, New Rochelle.
I own a prep.
Yeah,
I own a prep.
I know exactly. Yeah,
My nephews played for Bergen Catholic.
yeah, that's an all boys
Yeah,
school.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was a great team. They had great teams back then. St.
yeah. In
Joe's,
the 80s, they were great.
right? All
Yeah.
those teams. All those kids go to like major colleges, man.
Yeah, they're
You
prepped.
know,
They'll deal with not having girls in their school to go to a good college.
but that part of like Bergen County to me is America. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Like
football town. Yeah,
there's like Glen Rock. People have their American flags out. And
yeah,
they
yeah.
have the parade up and down the
Hmm.
street there. And it's just like American, like just you just feel wholesome there. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
on Thanksgiving you're playing football. It's crazy,
And the
man.
weather's great. If you like that fall
Mhm.
into winter. You know. But I think like everybody else, like you did probably as a kid, came down to visit, and you're like, oh, it would be nice to live here one day.
Yeah,
And then the opportunity presents itself,
I
and you're
never
like,
heard of Sarasota though. I never knew what Sarasota was. I just found out from a friend of mine when in the 90s he's like, Sarasota. I'm like, what the hell is
No,
that?
but don't you remember when we were kids, we were coming down 95 and we were doing the East Coast
The
of
East
Florida.
Coast,
I didn't
exactly.
even know 75 existed.
Yeah, me neither. I
And the
didn't.
West Coast, all I knew was okay, Tampa. That's it.
Daytona and
Because I started working in Fort Myers. I was in the
Mhm,
TV industry, and I was at a Fox affiliate in Fort Myers, Cape Coral.
mhm.
And I didn't, I think Fort Myers is kind of like a lot different than Sarasota. Like to me, Sarasota, I think, is the crown jewel
Yeah,
of the entire West
West
Coast.
Coast.
And I'm
Yeah,
talking Naples
yeah,
all the way up to Tampa. I think Sarasota is a gem.
yeah. It's got a lot of history, art. and it's got a lot
No,
of
but think about it, man. Our beaches are by far the best beaches,
in the world.
right? I mean, that's like a
Yeah.
talcum powder
Yeah.
sand. We have a variety of restaurants of all different types.
Mhm.
Okay. There's arts here, there's music, there's a lot of venues. I
And
know
history.
there's probably not as many venues. So some of the older guys that have been around longer, that come on my show, they'll tell me about, oh, remember this place Aces, and there was a place over
Right.
there, and their 5 o'clock club and all this stuff. And I'm like, they're all gone now.
Yeah.
So there's maybe less venues to play,
Right.
but as a whole, we still have more than a lot of other parts. Like my guys up in New York, New Jersey, they're like jealous. They're like, man, you get to play, you play all the time. It's
Yeah,
like,
all year round.
yeah, man, because
Mhm.
like up there, there's not as many venues and they're
Mhm.
competitive.
I played a lot up there in the summer. I used to play in Long Beach Island and Seaside and all those places at the beach. But that's only for 4 months, and then boom, that's
There
it.
was a Pops in Long Beach Island. My sister lived in Beach Haven Park,
Beach Haven, yeah.
and she was on the Bayside,
Yeah.
and she raised her kids there, every summer. And I used to go down there, and we would go to those bars too. And there was a lot of good rock and roll. And I never forget one time I saw this Bruce Springsteen cover or tribute band,
Mhm.
and it was perfect because I'm on the Jersey Shore
Yeah.
and I'm drinking beer, and I'm listening to Bruce Springsteen. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, how great is this?
Well, there were some venues there. That's my first big venue I played. My cousin he was a guitar player and he wanted me to play guitar forever. But I just started playing drums when I was 12 and he was like, all right, I give up, play drums. And he had an original band and I learned every song that they played. I thought he was the coolest thing. So I learned everything on the drums. And then when I was about 16, almost 17 years old, he was doing a show at the Fountain Casino, it was called. It wasn't a casino, but it was in Aberdeen, New Jersey. The place would hold like 2,000 people. Calls my mom and says, hey, bring Tommy down here. And I need a drummer. My drummer can't play the show. My
How,
mom,
how old were you back then?
16. And I came down and played the whole show. It was scary as hell, but
Good for you.
it was something.
The people love rock and roll down there, man.
Yeah,
Right.
it was fun.
And Long Island, the Hamptons, there's a lot of just like really good rock and roll bars. Brooklyn had a
Yeah.
couple famous bars in the old days, rock and roll. But I think,
CBGBs and all those
oh yeah,
places.
there's that
Yeah,
too, right?
yeah.
I had a chance to actually go in there while it was still open.
Now, what a shitbox that was,
You know?
right?
Yeah.
The floor had holes in it. And
Somebody made a movie about it, about how like the Police played there, and like all these bands started their career
yeah,
there.
Go-Go's played there.
There was a band called
Yeah.
Television or something that was really
Yeah,
popular
yeah.
back then.
Punk bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of punk bands.
So let's talk about. Here's a good question: drummers, are they born or are they made?
I think they're born
I agree with you, man,
because it's tough.
because it's tough. You have to have rhythm, and the fact that you wanted to switch from guitar to drums, your body was calling out and saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
man, you're a drummer. You're not a guitarist."
Right.
Because you could do this kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
You're not even thinking about
I
it.
mean, no disrespect for guitar players. I mean, that's a mad talent. But drumming, you're doing 4 different things.
Yeah.
More than that, really. You're thinking of everything.
And I'm gonna give you another one. I think the drummer is the most important guy in the band,
Huh.
and I think that you're only as good as your drummer.
Mhm.
All that stuff is true, man,
Right.
because it sets the table for everything else.
Sure.
Right? Am I right?
A big part is clicking with your bandmates, being friends, and just having that bond, like you said, with your drummer. Just having that bond changes everything. Makes you just.
Is it safe to say that you're still having fun with?
I'm having a lot of fun.
Like it's a party when you're with Frankie.
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
Joey.
Frankie amazes me. Joey's just a great bass player. He's fun to watch. He puts on a hell of a show.
Oh, he's great.
He does a shit for Renee.
Did you ever throw your drumsticks at somebody in anger?
Yeah, my wife. She told you that? Did she
No,
tell
she
you
didn't
that?
tell me that.
I did.
I actually, because I've seen drummers do that. Like
I didn't hit her hard, but I
like got her attention.
Yeah, I've done it to her.
Yeah, you know
She
what?
brings it up all the time, and then she went, gave me the finger behind her back, and she's not like that.
No, but sometimes the drummer has to be the boss, man.
Yeah,
And if somebody's fucking up, or if
Right.
but again, I have nothing but respect for drummers, man.
right.
you know?
Well,
and I'm as a bass player,
right.
and I'm sure a guitar player would say the same thing. But sometimes I don't like the way guitar players sometimes treat drummers.
Right.
Like they'll turn around and be like, "Rah." And then me and the bass player look at each other. We're like, yeah,
Yeah, right. You don't bother him when he's making mistakes, right? Poor Larry.
Now, are you inner ears? Are you using wedge?
I used to be, and I stopped for a while because playing at the fork and stuff. Frank uses an inner ear, but I went back to wedges because I like that big sub.
So then, are you able to control that wedge for yourself and get what you want in there? Or are you
No,
dependent upon the
I'm
sound?
dependent on Nate.
Because we do our own sound except for the fork or the Paragons.
Mhm.
So we all have our tablets and we can all
You can
fix our,
control it
we
with,
can
yeah.
fix everything. Then you
Mhm.
set it and forget it,
Yeah.
because it's so key because sometimes Larry comes in so freaking loud and I'm like, holy shit.
You gotta turn them
I
down.
got to turn him down
Yeah.
because what happened was maybe I knocked it by accident or something like it's not always perfect, like you do
Yeah.
sound for yourself sometimes.
Yeah, we do it a
So
lot,
you would
yeah.
think that every time you could turn it on, everything should be set more or less.
Sure.
All of a sudden now you got to recreate the wheel. Like what happened? Like why is
Yeah.
everything right?
Someone turned their amp up before you started and, and it just
Yeah.
ruined everything.
I mean, you should lock in and save settings and like so there are times when it's perfect. We show up and we can play 7 gigs in a row. And
Yeah.
then there's that 1 gig, everything's all out of whack. You're like,
It
what?
drive you crazy, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it makes you nuts.
Where's that squeal coming from?
Renee hears that high pitch all the time. And
The one thing that you have to realize, cables don't last forever, and I think a lot of people get lazy.
yeah.
They don't check their cables. They don't throw out their cables. Cables could fuck you up.
Yeah, you're stomping on them and you're rolling shit over them.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, you're getting all this noise and it's just a cable. It's not your board or your speaker, it's your cable. You're right. You got to throw that shit away sometimes and just start over.
Now, some other fun things. Big Top Live is becoming one of our favorite venues. We're going to play there soon too. I just saw you guys there, but I was there one day playing, and the sun came around this way,
Oh,
and it was one of the hottest days of the year.
yeah.
And we were setting up and doing a sound check before the show even started. I'm dripping in
Yeah.
sweat, and my hands, and I
It's
forgot my
right in your face.
wristbands. So
Yeah.
now the shit's on my strings and my guitar's wet. I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. And I had to play a show like that.
Yeah.
That's the negative of playing in Florida.
Do you ever do that at the festivals when you're playing the day shows at the festivals? You get that sun blasting on you.
It's funny because every time it seems like when we play the festivals, I'm on this side of the stage here.
Yeah.
I'm always getting the sun like the other guys,
Yeah.
and it rains sometimes, and I get wet.
Yeah.
Nobody else does.
The other side's
I'm like, what the?
they're fresh.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like God is like making me work a little harder.
That's what happened to Joey. We just did Sunday at a festival. Sun was blasting him. I'm looking over at him. He's got the boots on and he's wearing all the garb. And he's dying.
But see, drummers, you guys can wear shorts and nobody would know.
I don't wear
You can
shorts.
take your shirt off and nobody would know. But
Yeah.
when we're up front, I like to wear pants
Yeah.
and a proper shirt, because you got to look presentable
Yeah.
to some degree. But drummers, you guys can get away with it.
I don't do it because it's just out of respect. I want because Renee's going to dress the part. I got to at least look somewhat. I mean, I'm not looking like her or Joey, but I don't wear shorts.
Do you have a nice fan back there, man?
Yeah, oh yeah, like one of the big shop fans.
And you guys pretty much do have a set list, right? But you do
Yep.
deviate from it as needed.
We do 2 long sets. Hour and a half each. Sometimes it's a little much.
And do you guys still practice on a regular basis?
No, we probably would, but Joey lives 2.5 hours
Yeah.
away, and so we do maybe once every month and a half or so.
But you know what's great about you guys, man? Your repertoire is so big
Hmm.
that you can interchange stuff and keep it fresh.
Right?
I mean, we all have core songs that we play.
Yeah,
Every band does.
that everybody plays the same ones.
My band's got to a point now where like, you know what? We haven't done these in a while. Let's just put those in.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to, or you forget them. You kind of lose that tightness. But we like to add new stuff. It's fun. Like you said, are you still having fun? I'm having fun when we add new stuff.
Good.
You know,
So when you were a kid, what were you listening to, man? What were your early bands? Were you a Kiss guy?
I was a Kiss guy when I was in like the 6th, 7th grade, but then I went right to Deep Purple.
Wow, that's a big jump. dude.
Yeah, and my
How'd you do
grandmother
that? Like, was it
Well,
like Smoke on the Water?
Smoke on the Water, and then my grandmother bought me Machine Head for an album, and she's like, "Oh, this is the album."
That's a great grandmother.
Yeah, so her and my mom picked it out, and I tried that, and I loved that. And then I all of a sudden out of nowhere, I went to see a friend of mine was like, "We're gonna go see Black Sabbath." I was young. I was in the 7th grade. We get to Black Sabbath. The opening band was Van Halen,
Holy shit.
and we were like,
Was this
"What?"
Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, Madison Square Garden,
Damn.
76, 77.
Wow.
We were with my friend's brothers. They were all.
You must have been really little, man.
I was young. I was probably 12,
Fuck.
maybe. So after that, I loved Van Halen, and I've been a
I
Alex
know.
Van Halen.
Van Halen back then, dude. I remember Van Halen like around the 84 record,
Yeah,
and David Lee Roth was at his prime,
yeah.
and he was the man.
That was the shows. Yeah.
He was the man. He's chugging Jack
Yeah.
Daniels.
Eh,
He's looking at women. He's telling guys if they don't shut up, he's going to bang their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like he was the man.
Yeah.
Right? He's jumping around.
Yeah.
I think he was doing the sword thing back then.
Yeah, he was doing
Um,
all that shit.
That was when Van Halen was at their peak.
And Alex, I didn't think got a lot of recognition.
Dude, his drumming was great.
Yeah, so good.
What a unique sound.
Yeah,
Like we're going to talk about drummers in a second, but like you can close your eyes and hear professional drummers, and you can say that's Alex, that's
right.
Steve Gadd,
Yeah.
that's Neil Peart, right?
Mhm.
That's Bonham. Like, am I right?
Or Stuart Copeland, and they
Very unique sounds,
Yep.
man. So like,
It's not like that.
Who was the guy for you growing up, man?
Well, I was an Alex Van Halen guy, and then when Chad Smith, when I was in early college, Chad Smith joined the Chili Peppers. I saw him play with the Chili Peppers at a small place in Jersey. And I was like, holy shit, this guy is insane. I mean, he's like 6'5". He's a beast. And the sound was just so good. I bought everything after that. I bought all kinds of his tapes that he put out,
So what was it about his style that like just
because
got you?
he wasn't so straight. It wasn't just a straight beat. He did a lot of offbeat stuff and he was doing pedal work like Bonham kind of without double pedals and stuff. And it was fun to watch and listen to, and I liked the feel. It was kind of a groove, and it was different. Not that I was playing it in bands, because nobody was really that I played with was doing that stuff, but I loved it.
When did you discover Rush? And what were your thoughts when you heard Rush?
I I didn't even know I was playing baseball when I heard of Rush, and I was like, "What is that?" It was just so the voice alone.
Was it like closer to the heart back then?
Yeah, it was
Cinderella Man.
well, it was actually
2112.
the beginning when
Okay.
before
Dan-dan,
yeah,
Dan-dan,
yeah,
Dan-dan,
that's the
Dan-dan.
stuff. And I used to listen to that, and like I said, I worked at a pizza place, and they used to listen. This kid listened to Rush constantly. He loved it. Had a big boom box he'd bring in and play Rush, and I loved it. But it was hard to. Nobody had drum sets like that, at least at my age, until later in life. But good stuff. I love it. That's just never was my main thing.
So I'll start throwing out names now. Peter Chris,
Just
very regular rock and roll.
regular. I think regular. Yeah,
What would you say of John Bonham?
insane. Just an inventor.
Do you think that he was the first the guy that would like fill up an arena and just like blow people's minds?
I think yeah.
Because Ginger Baker, was a great drummer with Cream, but perhaps he wasn't as heavy and hard
He wasn't as heavy.
John
Yeah.
Bonham
Yeah,
was.
because Clapton wasn't like how Page was.
Yeah, that wasn't a heavy band. Like Led Zeppelin was like the first. Well,
Heavy.
no, wait, I should take that back because Black Sabbath
Right.
it was over here and Led Zeppelin was over here. So commercially, I think Led Zeppelin was more popular
Yeah.
because I think they had an attractive singer and they had songs like Stairway and all
Yeah.
that. Whereas Sabbath was on the radio, but like I don't know, man. Sabbath was kind of like I don't think women like
No, it wasn't.
liked Black
Well,
Sabbath.
it's kind of like Rush. Rush
You know
is
what
a
I'm
guy
saying?
is a guy's band. Rush isn't really a woman's band. You don't see a lot of women at the Rush shows. Now you might. I don't know.
Right, because
Yeah.
the huge radio success.
I mean,
when Moving Pictures came out, dude, that
Crazy.
album, I was in high school, that album blew me away.
yeah, it was something. Everybody was playing Red Barchetta and all those songs.
Right?
They were all trying to play it. YYZ and
Yeah, man.
it was something.
But the big one was Tom Sawyer, right?
Right. That's the first.
I mean,
hit.
that was on the radio like every freaking half an hour.
Yeah, and it was played and it was long. It wasn't a short song. For them to play that song over 2 minutes, 3 minutes long.
So what about the bands like the earlier stuff, like The Who? Like, what'd you think of Keith Moon?
I like the Who.
Charlie Watts and those guys.
Charlie Watts was a different drummer. He was like a clock, just a straight beat guy, and then also the Who, the guy in the Who was just wild. I don't even know what he was playing.
Yeah, he was sloppy, but yet he was also a genius.
Yeah, they said he was a genius.
But he
Yeah.
was a sloppy genius.
Yeah.
Because he would fall like he was falling down, but
Yeah.
yet it worked.
Sound like he was falling down the stairs.
But I think I had a drummer on recently here, Pat McDonald, and we talked about this and how he would play to the vocal more so than playing to the guitar.
Right. It was almost like he was a guitar player on the drums. Like he was trying to keep along. It was different. I was real impressed by it, but it wasn't something I tried to do. I never played any Who songs when I was a kid. You never had the singers that could do that stuff.
Right. I mean, the Beatles and the Stones were the kind of like the bands that you could play something like
Right.
some of the Stones stuff was pretty basic.
Yeah.
Cream was pretty basic. So my first band, we would kind of cover those guys. 'Cause
Right,
It wasn't
right.
hard. The Eric Clapton stuff was kind of simple stuff.
Yeah, it was. From
a bass player
Jeff Beck
perspective.
and stuff. It was more guitar driven, so bass and drums were.
So music was sucking for me. And then the Black Crows came out.
Yeah.
And that was such a refreshing, that band, that first two albums.
Hmm.
I came out like, I want to say in the mid to late 80s.
Great band.
Oh my gosh.
Could sing like crazy. That guy.
Right?
Yeah.
They made blues popular again. Like Hard to Handle's not their song.
Right.
But people think that they wrote that song
Right.
because they played so well.
Right.
It's like one of those cover songs that the bands do so well that you think it's theirs.
Yeah.
And then MTV was kind to them with She Talks to Angels.
Right. They pushed that out.
What are your thoughts on like all the Southern rock, man? Because down here, Allman Brothers are like huge.
I wasn't an Allman Brothers fan, but I loved the Outlaws when I was a kid. I liked the Outlaws. I liked. I used to listen to Skinner and Molly Hatchet, stuff like that. Because Jersey, that was the thing. It just everyone changed all the time. 1 minute they were listening to Rush, the next minute they're listening to 38 Special or whatever,
Yeah.
But I like the Southern rock was they had talented guitar players. They were all dueling leads and
And
stuff.
it wasn't Southern, it was Southern rock. It was called that, but the Allman Brothers to me are truly Southern rock.
Yeah,
Whereas Hatchet, Blackfoot, they were more like kick ass
right.
rock that happened to
Yeah.
come from the South.
Party Southern
You know what I'm
rock.
saying? Like
Yeah.
they were from Jacksonville, but like they would blow your mind, man.
Yeah.
Gator Country,
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter. That shit was hard. I dug that too, man. And then you had Charlie Daniels, who was really country,
Yeah.
Tennessee, And then Marshall Tucker. I one
Yeah.
time went to a concert in Philadelphia, man. It was called the Roundup, and it was like Marshall Tucker, Charlie Daniels, the Outlaws, um, Almonds. Like it was just it was in 5 bands,
Yeah.
that played all day
Yeah.
long. It was
They would do
fantastic.
that all the time. They'd have those big festivals like that. I remember seeing when I was a kid, I saw the Outlaws play, and they played with Boston, and it was Boston and the Outlaws,
Oh my
and
God,
Todd
Boston was so
Rundgren.
good.
Todd Rundgren was there, and it was just so different. Like 3 different crazy bands. It was in Giant Stadium. It was just nuts.
Do you remember listening to WPLJ
Yes,
95.5?
95.5.
And that because they were a really good rock station.
Yep.
And then they changed formats a lot, as the times changed. But WNEW 1027,
1027. Or do you remember 1035?
I don't.
So 1035 was called The Apple, and they came out and they did commercial free all summer.
Oh, I love that.
And they came out with this compilation album. My cousin's band was on the compilation, and Bon Jovi was on it doing Runaway, but there was no band. It was just Bon Jovi. It was just him. And they played that shit all summer long in like 1983 or
You know what's so funny? People don't realize how powerful Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen were back then.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Bon Jovi, those albums were monster records. Did you see that documentary on Hulu about him,
Yeah, that's a shame.
about his voice?
His voice, yeah.
But you know what,
He's
though?
struggling,
Well, they just announced they're going to come back on tour now. So it's going to be curious to see what he can do.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's okay to retire, man.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm sure he's rich as hell and he still looks great. And if you can't sing like you used to, what's wrong with just retiring? Like, why is Vince Neil embarrassing himself?
Right.
And David Lee
He's
Roth?
ruining his whole legacy.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, they're ruining their legacy. Just be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're content with what you've done.
Well, that's
Thank
their
you.
ego, bro. Their egos are so they just want to be the
I know, but he refers to his voice as his toolbox.
Yeah.
Which is, so like you can play drums to the day you fucking die.
well,
Right.
how
But
strong.
singers,
I am.
at some
Yeah.
point, singers have to,
Yeah, give it up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. And I don't know, some of them are really sounding bad,
I know. What were some of your best concerts going to in your lifetime? Your favorites?
Definitely Van Halen was a big one. Renee and I saw some Pat Benatar concerts that were crazy good, and Billy Idol. But we saw in Sarasota, we saw Billy Idol on Halloween, probably 15 years ago. It was insane.
Where did he play?
At the
The Van
Van
Wezel?
Wezel.
No shit.
Yeah, it was on Halloween. It was
Damn,
so
man.
damn good.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Then we saw Pat Benatar play up in St. Pete at that little place.
I saw her at the Van Wezel, actually, Pat
Yeah.
Benatar. Her husband still rocks.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, so good. But our biggest thing, Renee and I were into Avenged Sevenfold for a long time. And we went and saw them play at Hollywood Casino. They were doing an off tour thing. 3,000 people. It was the greatest show I ever saw. I mean, they were just talented as can be. We followed, we were into Avenged Sevenfold for a good 5 years, me and Renee.
Cool.
Yeah, we loved it. It was fun.
What about the Guns? You ever see Guns N' Roses?
Saw them once in the 80s, late 80s. It was something to see because it was when Van Halen was still out, and you had Slash, and it was cool to see. It was different.
So do you think that you're always going to be playing music, man? Is that like your thing, man? Like it's your hobby, it's your
Well,
passion?
we discuss it, Renee and I. We say, well, when we sell the restaurant and we're done, we can still play music and do a duo and still do
See,
stuff.
the duo is something you can always do.
Yeah.
I mean, the band sometimes is going to be hard to keep everybody together.
For
right?
sure.
But the restaurant is like, that's your baby. That's your bread and butter, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to do it forever because I don't want to be tied to it for the rest of my life. I worked hard my whole life. I want to be able to enjoy things.
Yeah, you truly want to retire in Florida.
Like, Renee and I have been on some good trips. We went to Spain and Italy, and this year we're going to go back, and we enjoy it, and we want to be able to do stuff like
Did
that.
you do a cruise recently?
We
You
did
were
a
cruise-
cruise with some good friends of ours, some Beth and Jason from down in Port Charlotte.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. It was a different cruise, but they had a bunch of friends with them, and everybody were really having a good time, and I enjoyed it. It was good for me. It was a relaxation time. For them, it was they were having a party time. For me, I didn't have to work, so I was almost falling asleep, because I was
Yeah.
because I'm finally unwinding.
And then you can eat. Well, it's you probably, because you're a restaurant owner, you know good food.
Right.
So maybe going to a buffet, you might like not.
Yeah,
dig
it wasn't that. Yeah, you're right.
Whereas me, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, buffet, it's great. It's all
Yeah.
I can eat. Whereas like someone like you might be like, well, these eggs really aren't cooked right, and like
I don't complain. I'm not a complainer.
no.
I'll complain to my wife and I'll say, but I'm not gonna. I'm not one to go to a restaurant and open my mouth and be a pain in the ass.
Well, because you also know what it's like
Yeah, you got to
on the other
respect
end.
it. Yeah, it's never gonna be perfect all the time.
So here's a good question. So what are some of your places outside of Pelican Alley? What are some of your favorite spots on the Florida Suncoast?
To eat,
Yeah.
we go to this place down in Port Charlotte. It's called Donato's. It's an Italian place, and it's set up like New York City. So you come in and you're sitting on like a New York City street, and it's got cobblestone, and
That's
it's
awesome.
Italian place. Pretty authentic. I took my
No
dad
shit.
there, and my uncles.
Where's it located?
It's by the Lowe's in Port Charlotte off of 41.
Okay.
And they own also Prime, they own the Prime stores, they own Banyan House, but that place has been there forever. And I took my dad and my uncles there, and they were
So
Italian.
just based on that, I'm gonna go down there for
I'll
sure.
tell you what, they make their own mozzarella.
I love Italian
Oh
food.
my God, the pasta's made in the house. We love that. We like what is it called? Bushido or whatever sushi place in Venice. Poe's a friend of ours. He does it right on Venice Avenue. We go there. Renee likes it Mexican. I'm not a big Mexican fan, but I'm always about Italian if we're going out.
I know, right?
You know,
There's a place up in Sarasota called Napoli.
I've heard of it. Yeah,
Very, very good.
yeah.
One of my fun places to go is Cafe Barboso because I can walk there.
Where's that?
That's on Clark and Honore. It's in a shopping center.
Yeah,
And the guy just it was Joe. What's his last name? The famous baseball player, Italian guy,
not DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio.
Mhm.
His last name was DiMaggio.
Yeah,
So I don't know if he was ever related or not, or
yeah,
if that's just a common name.
yeah.
But he ran it. He was a celebrity chef kind of guy, tall guy, bald.
Hmm.
He would have a little thing where he would cook, and people would sit around, and he would do different courses.
Yeah.
You pay extra for that,
Hmm.
like a tasting thing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna text you because I'd like to try that. That sounds good.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's no longer there, but he built that place,
Yeah.
and it's the food's good, and they have here's cool. They play good music, and they have artists that are in real time painting all around you,
Oh wow.
and then they'll sell their paintings.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of different.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
totally different, man, and it's
it's
cool.
unique.
And he always he hires young servers who are really well trained and very polite.
Yeah, yeah.
The food's always good. It's not great, but it's certainly worth going to check
Right.
out.
It's unique. Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? Like
cool.
some of the dishes are really, really good.
So, do you think the area is the music scene is really good right now, or do you think the music scene is kind of?
I think that there's more bands than ever before. I
Mhm.
think Marcus can tell you that because he gets bombarded
Yeah,
with
he
calls.
does.
You got bands now that are interested in coming into our area from Tampa, St. Pete, which kind of
Right.
bugs me.
What makes no sense to me.
Well, look, there's that bridge. And I always thought the rule used to be we stay here, you guys stay here, right?
Yeah.
We ventured into Tampa and St. Pete a few times, and
Me
we
too.
realized nobody knows
They don't
us.
know you.
We
Yeah.
have no family and friends there. Our fans aren't going to drive up there.
Mhm.
So we played these venues. And yeah, maybe we won a few people over, but for the most part, it was an experience. Down here, we do very well.
Right.
We're growing our crowd. But these guys come down all the time, and I'm like, like they're taking up all of our stage. I know this sounds horrible, but I feel like they're taking up our stage time.
Right. Right. Yeah, I get it. I get it because we need those venues. There's only so many Saturdays and Fridays in a month.
Right.
Of course, Marcus has people during the week and on the weekends, and Sandbar does that too in season. But yeah, I agree. I don't know.
Like Woody's is a great place.
We
because-
haven't even get the time of day. At
But the
Woody's.
thing is that you'll see a lot of really strange bands that you've never heard of.
Are they from up north?
From like the Tampa and
Yeah.
North that'll play there because Woody's goes out of their way to bring in different kind of
Yeah.
acts.
They don't even. They won't
where's,
even.
whereas
They won't even talk to
Clancy's,
us.
which is like we consider Clancy's home base. We
Yeah.
love Clancy's. It's the same rotation for years.
Yeah.
Dr. Dave's on Sundays,
Uh huh.
Rye Road's on Thursdays,
Right.
Jacked Up's every like one Saturday a month,
Mhm.
like Twinkle's like one Friday a month, what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's consistency. So there's something cool with that.
Yeah.
There's something nice about that.
Yeah. Wicked Jester used to play there, right? Wasn't there a band named Wicked Jester?
It does sound familiar.
Yeah, they were a metal band. They used to play
Yeah.
there all the time.
But to answer your question, I think that yes, there's great bands here. There's great musicians. I think it's growing.
Hmm.
I think there's more live music that's
Right.
happening. I'm hoping and praying that with all this growth and development, especially down in Sarasota,
Sure.
that there'll be more venues for us.
Right. Right.
There seems to be more street festivals popping up and things like that.
Sure.
I mean, we headlined a wine festival for the first time, like back in February, and I thought that was great. It was
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was a huge turnout. It was in downtown Sarasota. and all these rich people came out and they're buying cases of wine.
That's funny.
Like really, like they were
Yeah.
ordering cases for the actual winemakers were there.
Yeah.
So like they would teach you how they make it and you would sample it. Like, all right, I'll take a case of that. I'll take two
Right.
cases.
That's so
And then they ship it.
California. Yeah.
They ship it to you.
Yeah. That's California.
Like no one's walking around with bottles. Like they would just ship it to you.
right.
So it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, I think it seems like it used to be a situation where there was a lot more guy singers, and now there's a lot of women singers coming out.
There's more women
More on
singers
it,
for sure than
Yeah,
there are men here.
then they're coming into the smaller places, the Deans and Gators and the smaller places, and then they move up to, Twisted Fork, Sandbar, and the bigger places, I think. But it seems like now there's more women than there were before.
Well, as a venue owner yourself, you know this, right? It's all about who's going to bring in revenue, right? And how you're going to make money. For an example, if the Who showed up at the Sandbar
Yeah,
and nobody came to see the Who and nobody spent the dime, what good is it?
yeah,
Right.
Well, it's all about the money with them. The club, they look at the numbers,
Right.
and they'll tell you. And with me, it's funny. I don't know why, but these owners tell me, oh, we did this much tonight because they know I own a restaurant.
Right. You speak the same language.
Yeah, and I'm like, don't tell me. You're paying me to. Yeah,
Right.
I don't need to know.
But they're expecting you to bring in a certain amount of crowd
Right.
and they're going to spend a certain amount of dollars.
Yeah.
You
And fortunately for us, a lot of our fans, they like to eat when they go.
Yeah.
So then they
Are you
spend-
pushing drinks? Like some bands I know push drink specials. Dr. Dave does a drink toast.
Yeah, we don't really push any of that. I mean, at least we haven't. But Renee tells them to come out and have dinner and, dress the part and do the themes and all that stuff. But drinking wise, I mean, none of us are real big drinkers. We, are older now, and we got to get up the next day,
Right.
and it's not the same.
I played drunk once and it was a bad mistake. What happened was we were at the a place in Gulfgate, Chester's Reef, right before it became Rebellion,
hmm
and it was a night where people were buying us shots, and trays were coming up with shots,
Oh my gosh.
and even the owner got into it and sent us a tray of shots, and it got out of control,
Yeah.
and I got drunk on stage, and it's a taboo. You're never supposed to do that.
And you thought you were playing
But
great.
my drummer was drunk too,
Yeah.
and the band just fell apart. And my singer at the time was DCX,
Yeah, I know her.
and,
She's
and
great, great girl.
Yeah, she was appalled. She like couldn't wait the night to end so she could leave, so she wasn't associated with us.
Right.
You know.
Oh my God.
And she's like one of my best friends.
she's a ship captain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, she couldn't believe it. To this day, we still talk about that night. It was like a runaway freight train. The
Yeah.
train just went off the tracks. So I learned my lesson. You
Yeah.
just can't do that.
No, it's got to be professional. You don't get another show.
Yeah.
But I met her at the picture, and she's a real nice girl. Real nice to talk to. She was.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
she-
yeah.
she's
So
great.
she's in a band called Naughty Girl,
That's what she say. Yeah.
and she fills in with us. In fact,
Mhm.
she's going to play with us Saturday night because Sarah's unavailable. Then you got Sarah, right?
Mhm.
Obviously Renee. Kristen Lee, I
Mhm.
think, is like fantastic.
Sure.
Her stage presence is incredible. Twinkle is the queen of the Suncoast scene. That's what I call her.
hmm
I mean, she's got history. She's got
Right.
fans come out of the woodwork. I mean, have you seen her perform live?
Yes. Yeah. I've
She's
seen her.
amazing.
I've seen her for so many years. I mean, when I moved here, she was still doing it then.
And you got, Julia Brown. And
Yep.
then
I
Jenna.
don't really know Julia.
Jenna now is with
Mhm.
her band
Mhm.
doing the 80s, right? Playing with
Right.
Mike. She's fantastic. So yeah, you mentioned it earlier. There's just a lot of talented women that can sing. Carrie
Right.
O'Brien,
Carrie
right?
O'Brien, nice girl. Yeah.
The list goes on. K-Love.
Yeah.
I mean,
But she's an Orlando person, right?
I don't know if she's quite in Orlando, but when she comes down, she plays the Gator Club, and
She's had some musicians in her band.
she,
Holy
you know what?
smokes.
She's got this like aura about her where she comes out and she's cool and she's sexy and she
Mm-hmm.
dances and she sings, and she just like tore the house down when she got up and
Right.
sang.
She does well at the festivals.
People
know?
just love her, man.
Yeah.
Her band is like,
Well, she used to do a duo with a guitar player, and he would sing, and he was a fun guy. Him and Frank used to talk
her
shop.
bass player is
Oh my
phenomenal.
God, that guy and her drummer too. And they're just
You ever like go see a band and maybe you're staring at it, locking in with the drummer,
yeah.
and then you're like, I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I should just stop playing. I can't, I just suck. compared to this guy. This guy's like, he's hitting every note, singing,
Right.
throwing his bass up in the air, catching it.
You're like, I still got the podcast. I mean,
yeah, at least I got this.
I
to settle
still got
back.
the restaurant I can do. I screw this guy.
But yeah, we keep playing because we love it.
That's
so.
it's good. And you guys are good people. I mean,
thank
were
you,
you
man.
there with when Marty was in the band?
Yeah. So Marty, at one point we were a 6-piece, which is crazy.
Right.
Marty was our singer.
I remember.
And Marty was doing really, really well with us, and he was getting better and better. And Marty had his songs, DCX had her songs, and it worked.
Mhm.
And then Marty and our drummer Timmy said, "You know what? Let's leave Jacked Up." And they left on good terms.
Mhm.
They even said to me, we're going to leave because we want to start our own band. We want to play hard rock and roll
Right.
because we're playing like me and Bobby McGee. We're
Right.
playing like
Right.
so which I loved. Dead Almonds. We were doing all that fun stuff. So they left and they formed not Hollow Point. What was it called? Leadfoot Gray.
Leadfoot Gray, yeah.
And they
With
brought
with
Andy
Andy.
Garcia,
Yeah.
and they had a guitar player who I think only lasted 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah,
Then
they had a revolving door of guitar
then they
players.
brought in another guy who was well known in Inglewood. I forgot his name.
Johnny Mac, not Johnny Mac.
Mac Attack. No, not
Yeah,
Mac
his
Attack.
wife was Trixie at the time.
Yeah. And then whatever happened to that guy, by the way?
I have no idea.
That guy just vanished off the earth.
Yeah, I just saw her.
He's such
she
a
looks
nice
wonderful.
guy, dude.
Yeah,
I love that guy. Him and I used to have a lot of fun together. I don't see him. I don't hear of him.
I don't hear him either.
But and then the band broke up, I guess, or Timmy left, and they brought in a bunch of different drummers. And then Paulus got into it.
Yeah, because he's Andy's guy.
But John Paulus is in one of my favorite bands. They only play once or twice a year now. The Verge.
Oh yeah,
Those guys are amazing.
Yeah,
am I right?
Yeah, I remember seeing him at like Stoudemire's or something.
They'll play classic rock like "Do You Feel Like We Do?"
Yeah,
all this crazy shit. And they
stuff
play
that you want to play.
They play it perfectly.
Yeah,
and it just blows your mind.
Yeah, I get my mind gets blown because we'll throw a song out there and I'll say we can never do this song, and then Frank shows up and he's playing it, and I'm like, how's he pulling?
Frank is excellent. Let me tell you, you're lucky to have that guy.
He's a good friend.
Even when I hear him sound check, I'm like, holy shit. He likes to sound check to his Van Halen shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he's amazing.
But he just amazes me. The stuff he pulls out, I'm like, how does he's doing one guitar.
He's a great musician.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And he's become a good friend. I've known him now for 11, 12 years, and it's a great guy. He's like family to me and Renee. It's part of our family for sure. And it's a different life. He was a hired gun back in the day. He was a signed musician, so it's different. Now he's playing with us in the Twisted Fork.
Yeah.
How lucky are we?
Well, hey, you know what? My keyboard player was nominated for 4 Grammys.
It's insane.
And now he's playing with me.
Right.
And when I first hired him, I was like skeptical. I'm like, we're just a basic cover band.
He didn't care, right?
Because like to your point, we're people, and we're
right.
we're real people, and we all get along. Everybody loves each other. And he says to me, he goes, "Hey man, you're a great guy. I love what you're doing."
Right.
So he's doing it because of that. Yeah. Could he play somewhere else and make a lot more money? But he's got a home with us and he feels comfortable.
Right. You don't want to play with somebody you're just playing and they're not even tight with you. They're not even your.
You know what my philosophy is, dude? When I'm in a band, I want to be in a band where I want to have a meal with the guy. I want to drink.
Right.
Get to know his family.
And call each other on the
phone.
Because
we had a guy in Jacked Up that none of us really liked or got along with. We never hung out with him. And it showed on stage.
Yeah.
But now this lineup I have is my best lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, these are my brothers and sisters, man.
Well, it's showing.
I'll take a bullet for them.
It's showing because you're showing up more often. You're showing in different locations and you're playing out and you hear your name.
You know what? Our money's going up. We're getting more money now.
Yeah, you should.
And we're starting to play better venues. Like we're going to debut at 88 Live.
That's a crazy place. Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, I was there for the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably the best live indoor venue.
But they doubled the size, right?
Yeah, we're bringing in a sound guy just so we don't get too loud.
Yeah.
Because it's getting. And I've told Larry, so you know what? Maybe we don't bring our amps for this one.
Right.
Because we like to bring our subs, and then we have the 2 tops on each one.
Yeah.
And we got our big, mixing stuff. And but I like to have I like to have power and like I want to have it but not need it, as opposed to need it and not have it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and you don't want to offend anybody who's there to have a good time and dance, and the next thing you know, you're blasting the front row out, and everybody's standing 100 feet back because you're bringing too much stuff.
Right. See, that's the great thing about your band is that you encourage people to come up and dance, and they do.
Well, she pushes it.
You know what I'm saying?
She makes it like she's friends with everybody.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
Right.
And she means it.
And that's why you're one of the better bands in the area.
Thank you.
So in our closing, social media, how can people find out where Gashouse is playing?
Usually it's on Facebook or Instagram. It'll be Gashouse Gorillas, Venice, Florida. We're all not from Venice anymore, but that's when we started, so we kept it.
Okay.
And
so Facebook.
And
is there a website, or is your website basically?
There's no website. Everything goes through there.
Okay. So all the dates are on Facebook.
And then usually someone comes to a show, we have schedules all at the show, and people can get it through there, and they get the shirts and all the merchandise.
And then how can people know more about the restaurant, the hours, the location?
You can just look that up on Facebook or look it up online. It's pelicanalley.com.
Okay.
And it's, We've been there since they've been there since 84. I've been there since 97.
Is the menu online so people can see what
Yes.
it's
Yep.
what they're gonna get?
And
Great.
I appreciate you promoting that because it's,
No, hey, I'm getting
you know,
hungry. I might have to end up there going there real soon.
yeah, right.
I want to try that seafood chowder.
You got to because it's award winning. Everyone loves it.
It's award winning. Damn.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
good
big
deal.
deal. And then when my partners left and they retired, they said, "Keep it.
It's
You know,
yours.
it's
That
yours."
secret recipe.
Yeah, the secret New England recipe because they're from New England.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. Well, with
Thank
that,
you, my
we're
friend.
gonna say goodbye, and thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for
It
having
was
me.
a real pleasure having you.
Sure was.
We all got
Pleasure.
to know you a little bit better.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
I encourage people to come see Gashouse Grills if they haven't seen you
Mm-hmm.
guys, and I encourage them to come to Pelican Alley, especially on a Friday, because then they
For
can hear
sure.
you sing.
Both of us, yeah.
Are you playing guitar too at that
Just
point?
like some keyboard and backing tracks and stuff.
And then she's singing. So
She
just two of
sings.
you.
We do all different music from the band. It's a lot of Celine Dion and stuff like that. and
Okay, so
dance
it's like
stuff.
more dinner music,
yeah,
more chill,
more
music.
danceable, and
Very
yeah.
good.
Yep, very good.
All right, my man.
Thank you, my friend.
Have a great night.
Appreciate you.
All right.